There are 41 million African Americans in the United States of America at this time. That does not include blacks who are mixed with other races. According to the census, there are 41 million African Americans currently living in the United States of America. You do the math. If we could just get 30 million to donate $10 a month, that would be $300 million generated every month. Every 3 months, it'd be roughly around $1 billion, and in 1 year, it'd be $4 billion that we can manage in the National African American Bank. It is time to purchase some land, and this is how we will purchase the land. Now, we support every race here in America by purchasing their goods from their businesses, from McDonald's to Target to Walmart. I'm asking for $10 a month for your people. Spend some money back with your people. We need our own nation, and this is how we will accomplish it. We must develop a business that will employ the African Americans in this nation. It must employ at least 30 million African Americans. And that business is a company that will build a nation that will house 41 million people. We need architects that will design the floor plans for a nation that will house 41 million people. We need doctors that will establish medical systems that will provide the health care for 41 million African Americans in their own nations. We need educators who will establish school systems to educate the 41 million African Americans in their new nation. We need politicians and lawyers that will establish laws and a government that will govern 41 million African Americans in their nation. We must compete on a world scale in everything we produce from our nation. This is a very rare and unique time in the history of African Americans in this nation. At this very moment, the consciousness of African Americans are uniting and are on the same page of developing our own nation outside of this country. In this time, great forefathers will be arised, and their work will be immortalized on the currency that we develop in our own nation. You should be excited and beside yourself to be a part of something so great, to be alive in a generation where we've took a stand and decided to show the world our culture unvarnished from our perspective, through our buildings and our streets and our amphitheaters, to contribute to the world on a first-class level. We are not slaves to this nation anymore. We are free-thinking people. The time has come for us to develop our own nation. It is unsafe for our spiritual and intellectual growth to continue to grow our generations in this nation. We must fully reach our potential. The world needs us to be who we really are. I strongly believe that's why we're being hindered. That's why we're being held back. That's why we're being distracted and demotivated. It's because someone or something knows that if the African American is truly free, then the world is truly free. It would change the face of the world. It would change the way we look at economics. It would change the way we look at history. It will re-terraphase the whole entire planet. Our leaving this country will shift the economics in such a way that it cannot be predicted nor controlled. No world power wants to see this. The African American nation will not be a third world nation. It will be a first world superpower. Is there not enough room for another superpower? Are they afraid of what we might do? It is in our nature to love. We have no hatred in our nature. We would have never developed a nation where we worked another race and labeled them as animals for hundreds and hundreds of years. And then once we realized that they weren't animals, never paid them back for their work. and tear them down at every opportunity we get. I'm not sure why white Americans have this train of thought and deeply rooted hate towards African Americans, but it is not reversed. It is not reciprocated. We do not hate them. This was the sole purpose of Martin Luther King. He knew he couldn't stop white people from hating us, but he could not stand for us being taught to hate them. He worked hard to assimilate us so that generations wouldn't have to hate someone just because of something in the past. The constant propelling of this racist cycle benefited someone. It definitely didn't benefit black people. Us leaving this nation is not out of hate to anyone. It is out of love to ourselves. An overwhelming love for ourselves and our children. This is the only reason why the black consciousness is uniting in such a way to go.